Welcome to Kansas City, 37 degrees, cold drizzle falling at one of the great venues in all of football. GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium for a half century, home of the Kansas City Chiefs. The #1 seed in the AFC, led by their MVP quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. Today, welcome the #1 overall pick from a couple of years ago, Trevor Lawrence, and the AFC South champion, Jacksonville Jaguars. It's the AFC Divisional Playoff on NBC, and thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark in a little bit. This is the best weekend of football. 4 games to determine the Final Four with a shot to win the Super Bowl. So Kansas City trying to make the AFC title game for the 5th straight year. They've been the #1 seed 3 of the last 5 years. And oh, by the way, that coincides with the run of Patrick Mahomes as starter.
Pretty good, isn't it?
Pretty good.
It's pretty good. But you know, football is a sport. It's not a game, but somehow Patrick Mahomes make it look like a game. It's fun, it's entertaining, and the great ones just have a way of making it look so easy. Nobody makes football look easier than Patrick Mahomes.
It hasn't been easy for Jacksonville. The last 2 years, they were the worst team in the National Football League. Now they're 2 wins from the Super Bowl. They can't fall behind 27-0 like they did last week and expect to come back. But how do they stay in this game today?
You know, I don't put anything past the Jacksonville Jaguars anymore. It's been amazing to watch them all season long come from behind and win those games. But this team is no joke now. They have won 7 of their last 8 games. They have absolutely nothing to lose here, and they are dangerous for the Kansas City Chiefs.
They've got to deal with this crowd, though. As good as it gets in the league, can the team from Duval do it? Or the Chiefs go back to the championship game for a 5th straight year? Jacksonville and Kansas City. Divisional playoff weekend begins next.
This time of year, you kind of think things would make more sense. Just the best players on the best teams in the biggest games. And yet it's this time of year when impossible seems to be everywhere you look. This sea of red has been around 50 years now, and I'm not biased here, but trust me, on days like this, it is louder than any other stadium in the world. Of course, it's easy to scream at the top of your lungs when you're screaming for him.
Mahomes flips it forward for the touchdown.
When over and over again, you can't believe what your eyes are telling you.
Stop it. That was magical right there.
Welcome to Duval.
No one was expecting them to be here. Certainly not last Saturday night.
Lawrence throws, intercepted again.
But again, I told you.
Caught for the touchdown.
This is the time of year when impossible makes itself at home.
Good. The Jaguars have won it.
When potential turns into stardom.
Let's go.
When hope evolves into history. And when you wouldn't want it all to make sense anyway.
You got a talented team, man. Keep those guys going.
Jags, Chiefs in the AFC Divisional.
Thank you to longtime Chiefs fan Paul Rudd, framing the first ever playoff meeting between these two teams, which starts the divisional playoffs presented by Intuit TurboTax. Jacksonville KC rematch of Week 10. Chiefs won here by 10. Also a rematch of 2 head coaches who know each other well. For more on that, here's Melissa Stark.
Yes, Mike, it is mentor versus mentee. Andy Reid and Doug Peterson are both Super Bowl winning head coaches who have a long history together. Their relationship goes back nearly 3 decades to Green Bay when Peterson was a backup quarterback in the mid-90s and Reid was an assistant coach. Peterson was also part of Reid's coaching staff in both Philadelphia and here in Kansas City. I asked both coaches to describe their relationship now. Reid said, "We talk quite often. Doug's a friend, and I'm proud of him." Peterson said, "Andy is a mentor, a father figure for me in the football world. He poured a lot of his knowledge into grooming me as a player and a coach." Their wives, Tammy and Jeannie, are best friends, but told me for this game, they are frenemies. Today, Reid and Peterson meet for the 3rd time as opposing head coaches, the first time in the playoffs. Peterson told us yesterday with a smile, "I want to kick his you-know-what." As for Reid, well, his star tight end Travis Kelce said, "I've got to get this one for Big Red. We can't let his protege beat him, Mike."
Such a cool storyline underlying this one. Winner today to the AFC title game. If that's Chiefs-Bills, it's in Atlanta. If it's Chiefs-Bengals, it's here. If the Jags make it, they make the visit to the winner of tomorrow's Cincinnati-Buffalo game. Always the great atmosphere here. It is dampened a bit by the weather, raining now. Mix of rain and snow as we go through the rest of this game, but it'll be light. Banging the drum to lead the cheers of the Chiefs fans, Hall of Fame guard, Walter Payton Man of the Year, Will Shields. Brush up on your detective skills. From the writer-director of Knives Out comes a new Peacock original series starring Natasha Lyonne. Stream Poker Face January 26th, only on Peacock. Back in Kansas City, the history of jazz celebrated and preserved downtown, and back inside half-century-old GEHA Field at Arrowhead, rocking after the Chiefs go 12 plays and 83 yards in 6 minutes. Hope you woke up this morning and enjoyed Universal City Walk and Premier League Fan Fest happening in Orlando. It continues tomorrow, and the game is Arsenal Man U. The build-up from Fan Fest down in Orlando at Universal City Walk. The action on NBC and Peacock. 2:52, all it took for the Jaguars to respond to tie the game at 7. This will be a touchback. Chiefs will have it at the 25. This look at Travis Kelce is brought to you by Samsung. We know how great he is. All of his awards, some perspective on the new heights he hit here in 2022. 110 catches, third in the league, but amongst tight ends, it was 24 more than the next closest tight end. Haven't seen a gap like that since the mid-'80s. Same true in yardage, 1338, 424 more than the next tight end. Haven't seen a gap like that in 5+ decades. And put the flag in the ground 12 times in the touchdown, #1. And that's why he was the unanimous All-Pro first-team tight end. The reimagined Pro Bowl games presented by Verizon are headed back to Las Vegas. The Manning brothers lead the AFC and NFC. They're the head coaches. There's a new skills challenge, first ever AFC NFC flag football game as well. It's Sunday, Feb 5, 3 Eastern on ABC, ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and Disney XD. Back in Kansas City, tenor of this game changes significantly here as Patrick Mahomes injures his ankle. This afternoon's aerial coverage is brought to you by Geico. This is sunrise at Arrowhead at 7:50 Central Time on a playoff day. And those are all the fans waiting in line for the parking lots to open. The best smelling parking lot in the NFL as the barbecue begins. We welcome you back to the divisional playoffs presented by Intuit TurboTax, and we welcome back to a divisional playoff game 37-year-old Chad Henne. Well, earlier in the first half, the Chiefs and the NFL surprised a local hero here at Arrowhead with a pair of Super Bowl tickets. Chris Nunley, staff sergeant, presented the tickets. Former Chiefs Bobby Bell and Tony Reed doing the honor. Nunley's earned 23 military awards during his 16 years of service. He'll get to enjoy the Super Bowl. He hopes his Chiefs will be out there in Glendale with him for the moment. The guy they'd ride there, Patrick Mahomes, on the sideline. NFC divisional playoff game on NBC, I should say, is brought to you by Hyundai. It's your journey. And by T-Mobile. With Price Lock Guarantee, T-Mobile won't raise your rate ever. Well, you are looking at the 3 biggest comebacks in postseason history. The third, authored by Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars on Saturday night, down 27-0. Only down 10 right now, so it must feel a lot better at this moment. But Doug Peterson has actually been a part of the second and third largest postseason comebacks. He was on the Kansas City staff when the Colts authored that second best comeback. Long kick by Butker, it's a touchback. And the Jags will take over the 25. Boy, talk about a hole that they had to dig out of. We mentioned back-to-back, they had the worst record in the league. #1 pick after 20 and 21. How'd they do it? Digging in with Doug Peterson took over. That Super Bowl winning pedigree, 9-8. They were 4 games out against Tennessee. Said, we're going to get to week 18 and play for the division. They did, and they won a postseason game. The first time a team has won a playoff game after having the worst record in the league and doing it back-to-back years. So not as big a hole to dig out of just yet. Down 10 for Trevor Lawrence. And a little quick pitch to Travis Etienne for a gain of about 5. Chris, our season started in early August at the Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio. And we had the Jaguars against the Raiders. And Doug Peterson said some very interesting things when we first sat down with him to start this year.
Yeah, I thought the most interesting was that he started with, we have some healing to do around here. There were some hard feelings over what had happened the season before with that coaching staff, and they came back and they were really bound and determined to try and bring this team back together, and he was most concerned, how would they respond to him?
One-score game here in Kansas City. Maria Taylor back with you, and coming up on the Toyota halftime, Tony, Jason, Chris, and Rodney will have much more reaction to Mahomes' injury and what it means for the second half. Mike?
Okay, Maria, we will be all listening and watching. Great interest. We'll see Chad Henne comes out to take the final snaps of this first half, and it's Andy Reid. You never know how he's going to play it. 17-10. Logan Cook, the punter, is taking over kickoff duties here in the postseason. He's got a stronger leg, and it's a touchback. Let's take you back to the injury suffered by Mahomes late in the first quarter. He had done a lot of scrambling, and Arden Key and Corey Peters combined. His leg gets trapped, and then, Chris, these couple of plays where he was hobbling significantly.
Yeah, and the ankle rolled to the inside, not the outside, which is a little bit different for a sprained ankle. Most of the sprained ankles or at least I got, were ones rolled to the outside, and despite the fact that Henne was great in the biggest second quarter of his life, they are going to take a knee and take a lead into halftime.
With a 98-yard, 12-play drive for a touchdown. That's the difference in the game. The injury to Mahomes happened exactly at 4 o'clock Central Time. So that's 50 minutes ago. So it'll be over an hour if Mahomes comes back and plays in the second half on that sprained ankle. Chiefs get the ball to start the second half, and here's Melissa.
All right, Doug, you are down by 7 on the road against the Chiefs. What's the mentality of this team?
I mean, it's right where we want to be, being down at half, right? The mentality is, hey, we're in this game, and we give ourselves a chance here in the second half. So defense gets to start. Hopefully we get off the field, and offense, we just got to keep capitalizing and scoring points.
And defensively, how is it different game planning for Chad Henne versus Patrick Mahomes?
Well, obviously, maybe a little bit more mobility, escapability in the pocket, things of that nature, the ability to create the off-schedule type play. But, hey, listen, he went down and got them in the end zone, so we got to make sure we got it buttoned up here at halftime.
Doug, thanks a lot.
All right, thank you.
All right, Melissa, thank you. And our thanks to Doug Peterson. They'll be on defense. Crew's getting ready with Maria and Tony and Jason Garrett. For the Toyota halftime coming up, you saw Mahomes jogging in there. We'll see if he jogs back out and plays the second half after that Toyota halftime, which comes up after these messages.
Want more stats? Just ask Siri. Who leads the league in passing touchdowns? Today's first half highlights are brought to you by Chevrolet.
One of the great venues in all of football, Arrowhead Stadium, Jacksonville, Kansas City. It's the AFC Divisional Playoff. You gotta love it. Mahomes, Kelsey in the middle, touchdown. All about the Chiefs, boy. Lawrence lofting it for Kirk. Got it. The Jaguars respond. That's how we do. Grab that right ankle right away. Henne taking over at quarterback. Kelsey in the end zone.
Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Some of the first half highlights. 30 minutes to a berth in the AFC Championship game. Chiefs lead by 7. The injury to Mahomes. Henne comes in, leads the 98-yard touchdown drive, and that's one of the reasons Kansas City is up 7 at this point. Kelsey, 10 catches, tied for the most in the first half of a game in postseason history. The record, by the way, is 15. Here are the Jaguars, where they've been a lot, overcoming deficits in 7 of their last 8 wins. They're down 7 right now. Melissa Stark, what about Mahomes?
Well, Mike, he was the Chiefs' first player to come out of the locker room. He came bouncing up the stairs, looked at me, and I said, "Are you good?" He said, "Yup." He took the field, and he started throwing.
All right, so there he is coming back out, and the fans started to see him as he walked right past you, Melissa, and started cheering here in Arrowhead. And I'm sure he's going to get a big cheer when he comes to take the field to start. The road to WrestleMania begins at Royal Rumble. 30 men, 30 women competing for championship matches at WrestleMania. Royal Rumble's live next Saturday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Catch every WWE premium live event only on Peacock. by Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark, Terry McCauley, three-time Super Bowl referee, our rules analyst. Joining us, Trevor Lawrence, a terrific second half in the comeback last week against the Chargers. And now, Chris, this is kind of settling in a little bit. It was a little wild at the start. The Mahomes injury changed the dynamic. What are you thinking here?
I think I love playoff football. It's just amazing. There are so many decisions that are going to have to be made by Andy Reid here. He has to honestly watch his quarterback and say, does Patrick Mahomes give me the best chance to win this game? And I just can't imagine him taking him out of the game. But you know,
that'd be a tough call.
That's his job.
I hear you. Here's NBC's divisional playoff is brought to you by Toyota, Let's Go Places, and by Intuit TurboTax. Look at Kansas City, look at Union Station, where the NFL Draft will be held in late April. Look forward to seeing Kansas City turn out for that great event. Locals talking about it, maybe the biggest sporting event ever in the city. Chiefs, one first down in their two drives for this second half. From Kansas City, tonight's aerial coverage brought to you by Geico. We welcome you back to the divisional playoffs presented by Intuit TurboTax. And off we go to the fourth quarter. And GEHA Field at Arrowhead, familiar sights and sounds. Trevor Lawrence talked about how it was loud down in Jacksonville last week, and wasn't sure it would be that loud here, or the fans have brought a little bit of extra juice. Downtown Kansas City, we're coming to see you because we're going to settle in and watch the rest of this. Divisional playoffs continue tonight. Giants, Eagles on Fox. And then tomorrow it's the Bengals and the Bills on CBS, followed by the Cowboys and 49ers in the late window on Fox. And then next Sunday, the NFC Championship game is in the early window at 3 Eastern time on Fox, followed by the AFC Championship game on CBS. All the games presented by Intuit TurboTax. Such great football. The only bad news is we're down to 6 games and a quarter left in the season. Touchback. Chiefs will get it at the 25. So, Chris, let's go back to the start of this game with Mahomes.
He was just so magical, right? I started with the opening on camera saying he makes this game look so easy. The jump pass, all these incredible things. Since this injury, it has not been like that. He has not had that kind of mobility. So, yes, he makes the game look easy when he's healthy, but now he has to win this playoff game when it's going to be as hard as it can get.
Tonight, don't miss it, all new Saturday Night Live, hosted by Aubrey Plaza. The musical guest is Sam Smith. Look forward to that live coast to coast on NBC and Peacock. First live Saturday Night Live of 2023. Sure, I'm not the only one looking forward to watching SNL tonight after the football. Thursday night before Super Bowl 57, the NFL's brightest stars recognized for the best plays and moments of the season. NFL Honors, Thursday, February 9th, 9 Eastern on NBC and NFL Network. That, the draft here in Kansas City, big parts of the season still to come. A little sing-along, a little karaoke in the stadium with a 2-minute warning. Clark Hunt on the left there, chairman, CEO, son of the founder of the Chiefs, Lamar Hunt. His wife Tavia, the family there, son Noble is a good soccer player at SMU, sitting bottom right there. The Hunt family, the Chiefs Kingdom as it's known here, singing, celebrating, enjoying another Patrick Mahomes playoff performance, likely a win. The last hope. So a reminder as the NFL divisional playoffs continue over on Fox in a little bit, it's Giants, Eagles, the 1-6. And the other team that's coming off the bye in the playoffs, the Eagles, like the Chiefs. And then the games tomorrow, Cincinnati and Buffalo, and then Dallas and San Francisco. It's a great one, CBS and Paramount Plus, and then Fox for the nightcap. Do you think any Kansas City fans will be rooting for the Bengals tomorrow?
Oh, there might be a handful with what might be tickets to the championship game here, or
impressed with what Jacksonville has done. It's a team that we'll be hearing a lot from down the line. But one more time, it's Kansas City playing for the AFC Championship.
Andy Reed's amazing, isn't he?
Heck of a game, coach.
Good luck. Yeah, love you.
Heard that. Love you. Those guys are super close. Talked about how much they respect each other and the friendship. And the reality of the end, it comes so fast. Jaguars had their chances.
We are going to see a lot of these two quarterbacks
So,
in the future. Talk about the AFC just so loaded with so many young quarterbacks. We'll see 2 more of them tomorrow.
Jared Patrick say to Trevor, I'll be good. We'll find out. That'll be the story of the week all across the NFL. Third team to make 5 consecutive AFC championship games. What a run, Kansas City, and it's another playoff win for Andy Reid, his 20th. Time for second all-time with Tom Landry. Only Bill Belichick, more playoff wins. Always a special night when it's a playoff night at Arrowhead. And the Chiefs were rolling, but then that roll up on the ankle of Mahomes changed the whole complexion of this game. Henny led a great drive, but Mahomes brought them through and brought them on to the championship game. Chiefs win 27-20. NBC's divisional playoff postgame coming up after these messages from your local NBC station.
You've been watching the divisional playoffs presented by Intuit TurboTax. Welcome to NBC's divisional playoff postgame. Here now, Mike Tirico.
The Kansas City Chiefs, the #1 seed off the bye, will appear again in the AFC Championship game. Remarkable half-decade run, 5 in a row. They hold off Jacksonville, who ends their season at 10-9. 27-20, our final score on this damp, dreary, cold night in Kansas City. There are the Mahomes numbers. Travis Kelce 1 shy out of NFL playoff record for receptions in a game, and Chad Henne with that big drive at the end of the game. Our players of the game, and Mahomes and Kelce are standing by with Melissa Stark.
All right, Mike, thanks. Patrick, I have to start with you because you couldn't scramble. You were limping all around. How did you manage to get through this game with that ankle?
Yeah, I mean, it's a credit to the guys around me. The offensive line kept me clean in the pocket, knowing that I couldn't move, and the guys made plays around me. And that's what a great team does, is when somebody gets a little banged up, everybody around them steps up.
I was watching you on the sidelines. You clearly did not want to come out of the game. You did not want to go in the locker room in the second quarter. What happened there?
Yeah, I did not want to go, and they kind of gave me the ultimatum of I wasn't going back in unless I went in there. So they're trying to take care of me. We got a lot of great people over here, but it's going to take a lot to keep me out of a football game.
Do you know exactly what the injury is? You said you took x-rays. They were negative.
Yeah, x-rays are negative. They haven't diagnosed anything yet, but I'll be good to go.
All right, I have to ask you, so when you see him get injured, what goes through your mind?
I mean, you don't want to go down the train and thinking the worst, but you automatically do. He's our fearless leader. We goes, he goes, and even when he had to step out, he was still on that sideline making sure we were good and making sure we were locked in, and that's why he's the ultimate competitor. Even when he's down, he's still not out.
And you had just an incredible night, a career-high 14 catches. You had 2 touchdowns. What was working for you?
I'll tell you what was working for me was everybody around me. We got the ultimate team right now. We're playing great ball on all 3 phases. I can't say enough about Chad Henne stepping up and doing his thing. This ball goes to Chad Henne right here. Anything's possible, baby.
Patrick's over here saying, yes, sir. What do you want to say about Chad Henne?
Yeah, Chad Henne, man, he's been in the building every single day. He's made me so much of a better quarterback in the way he teaches me, and just the most ready to go at all times quarterback, man. And it's a special type of guy, and he stepped up and drove 98 yards, touchdown, and which ended up being a difference in the game.
By the way, you don't have to give him your game ball because he already got one, just so you know. I want to talk about the chemistry between the 2 of you because you were telling us this week that you can just read his body language and you know what he's going to do. How special is your connection? I'll ask you both.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a lot of reps. I actually missed him on one. He went out and I threw it inside, but we'll get back with that and get that route again. But he's one of the best, if not the best tight end of all time, man. Made my career so much better, and in the playoffs he gets even better, which is good for me.
What about your connection?
Come on now, you just said it right there. All I know is that we enjoy our time on the field as much as we enjoy our time off the field. And that always meshes well when you're talking about a team sport like football, baby.
5th straight AFC Championship game. Where are each of you going to watch tomorrow to see who you're going to play Bengals and Bills?
I'm sure it'll be my house or his house. That's how it usually rolls. So we'll get the whole group together, watch it as a team, and then be ready to go, whoever it is.
Awesome, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you. And taking care of that ankle along the way, right? So here's what it will look like as the Chiefs join the Patriots from 2011 through 2018 and the Raiders of the mid-70s in 5 consecutive conference championship games. Chiefs taking on the winner of Cincinnati-Buffalo next Sunday on CBS at 6:30 Eastern Time. And the Kelce family will focus attention to Philadelphia now, where Jason, the all-pro center, will lead the Eagles offense against the Giants coming up on Fox in a little bit. Dallas, San Francisco to finish it out on the NFC side tomorrow. That's a Fox game. And then you see the windows on Fox and CBS for the conference championship games. Next weekend, Hit the Road with Poker Face, new series starring Natasha Lyonne from the writer-director of Knives Out, streaming January 26th. Plus, catch reality TV A-listers in the new competition series, The Traitors. And don't miss WWE superstars competing. Royal Rumble as the road to WrestleMania begins. All of that on Peacock. We've got more, but between now and the top of the hour, Sims, Maria, Coach Dungy, Coach Garrett, we'll see you there. We're coming to you. Sims is nice and warm, I'm sure. They'll have their thoughts on the game, what they took in this Kansas City 27-20 win, eliminating Jacksonville and moving on to the AFC title game.
All right, so game one of the divisional round is done. The Kansas City Chiefs, they move on. And if the Bills should win tomorrow, guess what? It'll be a neutral site game in Atlanta, should it be the Bengals. The AFC Championship will be back at Arrowhead for the 5th straight season, where that guy, Patrick Mahomes, even though he was hurt, he had an x-ray. He told Melissa Stark that it was negative, and now he is 5-0 in divisional games, which is obviously impressive, but adversity struck here as he had to go out in the second quarter. Let's just talk about the way that he was able to gut the game out, Coach Dungy.
Well, he was unbelievable. We started out, we said in the pregame that in the first game, he hurt them scrambling against the 4-man rush. So they said, we're not going to do that. We're going to bring extra people. We're going to clog it up. And he still moved around and just made some unbelievable throws in the first part of the game, Jace.
Coach, early on in this game, he was incredible. Kept completing balls from such unorthodox positions, avoiding the rush, making some amazing throws early on in this ball game.
Right, and then it became, we just got to be gritty and tough. And you know what? Superstar players, Jason Garrett made this point back in the truck. They don't get enough credit because we go, oh, they're so gifted, they just make it happen.
And we all knew he was coming back in.
Right? We were all going,
no doubt in anybody's mind.
He's coming back. He loves football. He wants to be out here. And what a performance by him coming out here and leading.
How about picking
game.
up this third down on 1 foot?
A 1 foot and awareness to keep his bad ankle out of the way from getting a little banged up, but clearly not himself.
Yeah, so when you're evaluating Mahomes, what's the #1 trait? Everyone says, oh, the arm is incredible.
Right.
Hey, how about the vision, the instincts? Hey, line one with this guy is competitor.
How about toughness?
And we saw it today.
Jim Rat.
We saw the jump passes he had to take off of 1 foot. He still finishes the game 22 for 30 for 195 and 2 touchdowns. And when he needed the big play, look at him. He was able to make it.
That's just
it's ridiculous.
What can you say? I want to be out there. I'm going to help us win the game.
We all said it. We're watching in the truck, and Marie, you made a reference. This is like Jordan, you know?
The flu game.
Jordan when he's got the flu, and these kind of rare, special guys, it's what's inside of them that makes the difference.
Like, big-time win, championship drive, the 98-yard drive. That's what championship teams do right there. And then, of course, they got just everything you need as a team to where you could see them being alive here in the Super Bowl.
And they absolutely needed Chad Henne. I mean, you heard Travis Kelce. Henne thinks possible. He comes right in with the 98-yard drive and gets a score while the starting quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, is on the sideline.
But as a coach, you appreciate that backup quarterback who's ready to go when his number's called. They're back at the 2-yard line, and they just ran their offense.
Hey, Coach, you have no idea if you're a backup quarterback and the starter goes down, and now you got to go in with this crowd, with this environment. Chad Henne didn't blink. What I loved after the ball game when those guys used the word team. Team again. Pacheco was a part of it. Henne was a part of it. Every one of these guys, teams wins championships. They showed they can do that today.
I agree with you. The big thing that jumped off to me when Melissa Stark did the interview with them is the camaraderie they have tomorrow, right? They're going to watch the game as a team, and they're going to sit there and root for one of them. But it's a special group. It really is. And they've been carrying. Mahomes has been carrying them for a while. It was good to see them carry him a little.
Yeah, Isaiah
Absolutely.
Pacheco, 12 carries, 95 yards.
He was
Travis
huge.
Kelce, another critical player who obviously is going to step up when his main man goes down, and that's exactly what he did, Jack Collinsworth and Rodney Harrison.
Maria, it is exactly what he's done. It's what he's always done. And how about Travis Kelce, man? He knew his quarterbacks was hurting. In the biggest moments, you know exactly who they're going to go to. Why is it that nobody can still stop him?
This is
no
our
matter what.
This is our fourth game covering the Kansas City Chiefs, and I say it every single time. You cannot play zone coverage against Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. It's too easy, especially if you're not getting pressure on the quarterback. You got to get him off the line. You got to hit him. You got to reroute him. Double team him in the red zone. He's not getting paid all that money to block. So when he blocks, it's a lie. Make sure you keep your eyes on him, and obviously the pick routes. Just so disappointing time and time again. You see these defensive coordinators. What the heck are they watching? Are they watching tape? What are they doing with their time?
And Rodney, how about this offensive line of the Chiefs? You know Mahomes can't move around like he normally does to create that second throwing point. But even when he couldn't move, they were still keeping him
That's
clean.
a great question. And the thing about it is we always talk about the Philadelphia Eagles having a great offensive line. We talk about the Detroit Lions, but we rarely talk about the Kansas City Chiefs, and they enable Patrick Mahomes to be able to run around and make these magical plays. It's truly incredible. The toughness that he was able to display. Are you kidding me? Have you ever had a sprained ankle to have to run around and throw and have 300-pound guys come at you? It was just unbelievable what he was able to do.
And when Jacksonville, they had cut that to a three-point game. Ball goes back into the hands of Patrick Mahomes. What did he do? Championship-style drive, taking him right down the field. Let's go back over to Maria Taylor.
Well, when you head to your fifth consecutive AFC matchup, you're probably going to have a celebration inside the locker room. Let's take a listen to Andy Reid getting his team fired up post-game.
Defense, heck of a job. Way to shut it down. Big old line. Nice job. Receivers, huh? Receivers, good. All right, let's get one Chief here, baby. How about those Chiefs?
Hey, great team win today, everybody. Coach said it, everybody had a part in this. Get off your feet these next few days. Come ready to go next week. Chiefs on three, 1, 2, 3.
No true words ever said. Everybody had a part in that. Now remember, if they play the Bills, should they advance, it'll be a neutral site in Atlanta, or they could host the Bengals here. If you are the Chiefs, who are you rooting for tomorrow to win?
If they're going to be honest, they're going to say, we want Cincinnati to win. They want to be here in front of these fans,
Great.
and they want to play Cincinnati, who's beaten them 3 times.
Exactly
in a row.
right. Cincinnati's been their kryptonite, so I think as competitors, they want Cincinnati at their place.
I would agree. I think it's become personal. Burrow's beaten Mahomes 3 times.
Yeah.
He doesn't like that. And also, the Bengals are not at full strength with their offensive line, where I think Chris Jones could have a field day.
Yeah, 3 of their starting offensive linemen are out for the Bengals. But when we talk about the Buffalo Bills, we've seen some amazing matchups in the AFC Championship game. Honestly, I would kind of like to see another
Well, you're
one of
from
those.
Atlanta. You want them to play in
I just want to go
Atlanta,
down the
right?
road and go see the game. But what would you see in that matchup, them going against each other again?
Well, again, I think we'd see the quarterback play that you know, we're all expecting these 2 quarterbacks. But Cincinnati's got Joe Burrow. You'd see quarterback play there, too.
It's an amazing matchup, either one. KC, Buffalo. Buffalo's got this purpose that they're playing with. The Hamlin stories as good as anything. They came together as a team. Either of those are incredible matchup for the NFL and anybody who loves ball.
Yeah, incredible to look ahead, but also a great game by the Jacksonville Jaguars and a great season as they return to the playoffs for the first time since 2017. We send it back up to the booth. Mike Tirico, take it
All
away.
right, Maria, Tony, Chris, Jason, thank you. Super Bowl champs, Super Bowl 4 and Super Bowl 54. We're coming into this week thinking of Len Dawson, who passed in August, and Lenny Dawson, the great Kansas City Chiefs quarterback, Hall of Famer. He started the first franchise playoff victory, won the Super Bowl and Super Bowl 4, and this is the first time the Chiefs have had a playoff game without Len Dawson being with us. He passed in August. Can they make it 2 Super Bowl titles in 3 years? That would take this team to another level.
Yeah, and I think this team has gone to another level. You know, when you talk about losing a player like Tyreek Hill, and you saw the kind of year that he had in Miami, and yet they basically changed their style of offense. Now they're a little bit more ball control. And how many times do we come in and we talk about the same 2 guys, right? Patrick Mahomes, and we talk about Chris Jones on defense. Well, tonight, neither one of those guys had dominant performances for various reasons, and yet it was all the other players that really made it happen. And when you get that kind of team going and headed towards the Super Bowl, you have a real chance.
Try to get to a third Super Bowl in 4 years and win a second in 4 years would take us to another level of appreciation of a 5-year dominant run that includes another conference championship. You mentioned it's not just the stars, it's the team. That's our team. It is our entire team that has brought you Sunday Night Football from the kickoff game all the way through. We can't say thank you enough to this great team.
Absolutely brilliant. They all work so hard. They all treat every game like it's the Super Bowl, and they are just the best.
And our team up here, Andy Freeland, Jake Abrahams, Kenny Hurt, who works on the stats as well, not with us here on site. Mark Amento, Mike Black, who worked with us as well. Everybody who takes care of us here in the booth. It's a fun year, and it has been a blast, pal. Thanks so much.
It has been a blast.
Fun season, fun season. We'll see you on the golf course here in a little bit.
Deal.
Thanks to Rob Hyland, our producer, Drew Esikoff, our director. And from Kansas City, we say thank you to all the folks who work on NBC's NFL. We've got it all tonight on Sunday Night Football. Harry Underwood, storylines, stars. Season 17 of Sunday Night Football on NBC. On the move, Mahomes stops, spins, flips it forward for the touchdown to Edwards-Helaire.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. He has brought his A game out here tonight.
For just the third time in their franchise history, the Eagles are 5-0 to start the season.
For a fast football
I think
team.
I could push the ball down the field.
Oh, some of those. For
I
sure.
believe you could too, Coach. Absolutely.
Nick Moore snaps it. Jordan Stout holds it. Justin Tucker wins it for Baltimore.
The missed kicks in pregame, 6 out of 19, not an issue.
Well, it's a good thing they don't keep stats for pregame warm-ups.
3rd and 9. Mahomes gets out. Mahomes on the run. At the 10, at the 5, to the goal line. In for the touchdown. The man with the golden arm did it with his legs.
Josh Allen, have a great year. Thanks
Peter.
a lot.
Appreciate you.
Oh, for NBC Sports, Bills Camp, this is Peter King. All the best to you.
You still got it?
First and goal. Here is Kelsey with some blockers to the outside. Bounced it to the outside and strolls into the end zone. Underneath Kelsey. He's got it on the run. Kelsey first down and more. Kelsey touchdown. He's done it again. Coming across to the left. On the run, Kelsey. Kelsey touchdown. The hat trick.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
I never thought I'd say this in my life.
But
Fly, Eagles, fly.
This is a double cheek push here. Now, when he goes off that way, sometimes you only get a single cheek.
You've literally been the center of player safety and concussion protocol.
When I hear guys saying this is the tool rule, I don't want to be known as that.
CTE takes you to a dark place, and I want these players to know it's not worth it.
Switch Zeke over. He's got it. And he's got it. Elliott, touchdown. Oh, are they going over to the Kettle? Kettle time. A run up the middle. He fights for the first down, but he lost the ball. Gilman kicked it out. It's still free. Tyreek's got to look out. Tyreek Hill might go. Tyreek Hill was right on the spot, and he's gone for a touchdown. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Tyreek.
It was 1 week ago tonight that everybody on Sunday Night Football had to make a prediction, and it was the Dolphins and the Chargers, and it seems like there was consensus, and we all know how that one ended up.
From the 10, 2nd and 18. Thibodeau got there, got the ball out, scooped it and scored. Touchdown, Giants. Kayvon Thibodeau. Steelers must win to stay alive. Pickett, flush, pressured, throws on the run, caught by Harris for a touchdown! Oh, what a play! And the Steelers take the lead!
4 turnovers last week. You absolutely stunk. Kind of remind me, I'm just saying, it remind me of the days that I used to pick you off.
I love what Naheem said. You know, the wings of DeMar Hamlin on their back lifted them throughout.
First of all, I got to point out this little kid and how crazy he is. What is wrong with him? He has no shirt. I'm going to tell you who I'm going to pick.
3rd and 10. Here's a blitz. Can Rodgers beat it? Big ball downfield, and it is intercepted by Kirby Joseph. And the Packers are in major trouble. 3rd and goal coming up. Looking right around Huntley. He reaches. Oh, that ball's out. That's live. Back the other way. Sam Hubbard. The Cincinnati Kid. Hubbard's got a convoy. Chased by Andrews. At the 30. The 20. He will score.